Well, it really all began when I was a teenager searching for a career. And I knew I wanted to be a person who helped others to express their potential. And I looked at various disciplines. I looked at medicine, at naturopathy, at psychotherapy. Uh, how could I most effectively help people to be all that they could be? And a friend of mine at that time had suggested I see a chiropractor because I was experiencing a number of health issues. And I had no idea what a chiropractor was, so I asked my mother, and I asked her because A, she was my mother, and B, she worked at the University Medical College. And when I said, "What's a chiropractor?" she kind of jumped back as if I had mentioned a sexually transmitted disease or something. It said, "A chiropractor, that's someone who cracks your bones." And I said, "Cracks your bones? Why would anyone want that done?" She said, "I don't know. I wouldn't get it done." So, I had my mother suggesting that there might be a fracture risk here, and I had my then best friend who was seemingly rational and certainly ambulatory. So I said, how can I find out what's going on without risking life and limb? So I called a chiropractor nearby and told him I was doing a report for school, wanted to do an interview. And I asked him that question we've all been asked so many times: what is it that chiropractors do? And he said, chiropractic is based on 4 very simple concepts. He said, first, the body is a self-healing mechanism. Cut your finger, it heals. Cut the finger of a corpse, it doesn't. Life heals. He said, second, the nervous system is the master system of the body. Every dimension of the human experience, every thought, every action, every reaction, every motion, every emotion is processed through the nervous system. And third, and it gave me goosebumps then and still does today, he said, when there's interference with the function of the nervous system, not only can it compromise your physical well-being, but because it distorts your perception of the world and compromises your ability to respond to the world, it can lead to psycho-emotional issues as well. And when this happens to a significant number of people in a society, you have a sick society. And he said, fourth, what I do as a chiropractor is remove the cause of that interference. Well, I became his patient. It wasn't long before he suggested that I consider a career in chiropractic. And now, many years later, that was back in the 60s, it's now 2019, I graduated from Palmer College as a doctor of chiropractic back in 1973, so I've been in the game for a long time. But the one thing that still resonates in my heart and in my head is that beneficial as many things may be to one's well-being, I can't think of a single thing that one human being can do for another that takes less time, is as safe, is as effective, and affects the human experience in a positive way on as many levels as locating and correcting vertebral subluxations.